What's up, everyone? We're back at it again today with another historic Brawl video. Today we are playing Uro, Titan of Nature's Wrath, as our commander in historic Brawl. I'm sure you're all familiar with Uro. Very popular card back from Theros, but it's one of the Elder Giants that has the escape functionality on it. So I'll read through it real quick. When Uro enters the battlefield, sacrifice it unless it escaped. We'll talk about that in a sec. Whenever Uro enters the battlefield or attacks, you gain 3 life and draw a card. Pretty good, right? Then you may put a land card from your hand onto the battlefield. So it's it's another Simic ramp commander. I know, Simic ramp commanders. But it's unique in the sense that it's basically you can look at it as like a 3 mana sorcery, right? Pay 3 mana. Draw a card, gain 3 life, and then until end of turn you have the ability to, or I guess not until end of turn, but right then and there you can put a land card from your hand onto the battlefield. So that's sort of the first side of it, quote unquote. The second part of it is if you leave it in the graveyard, you can escape it, which is you pay double Simic, 2 green, 2 blue, exile 5 other cards from your graveyard, which we'll go over. We have plenty of graveyard fodder for this. And you can bring Uro back, but this time it stays on the battlefield because you escaped it, and it's a 6/6 creature, which has the same ability every time it attacks. So, a lot of, Simic ramp decks are the same. This one is looking to basically counter every single, sorry if you heard my washer back there, every single spell that the opponent puts out. Right? So we have a million counter spells. And what we're trying to do, because Simic doesn't have a lot of removal, right? What we're trying to do is keep the opponent off of their game plan, put a lot of spells in the graveyard so that we can use Uro's escape ability. Because the other builds of this deck are basically like your typical ramp. You have your Rampant Gross and your Cultivates and things like that. But those spells, they cost more, and so it's hard to put a lot of them in the graveyard. If you have a bunch of counter spells, you can, use the counter spells, stop the opponent from doing their thing. It also adds graveyard fodder to the graveyard to allow you to escape over and over again, not just once, not just twice. But you're also keeping the opponent from doing what they're trying to do. So it's like, it's blue removal, right? You just stop it from ever entering the battlefield. And since Uro has the ability to ramp you by itself, you don't really need extra ramp because Uro provides that from the command zone. So once we get to enough mana, that's when our finishers come into play. We have Mass Manipulation, Nissa, extra turn spells like Time Warp, Koma, Nyx Bloom Ancient and make all our mana big. And then, Hullbreaker Horror, Shark Typhoon, right? Make a bunch of big flyers. Or a bunch of little flyers from our counter spells. And then we just basically overrun the opponent. So, let's see if we can make the Simic shell of, Uro, but really Simic control work in Historic Brawl today. I played a couple games before, hitting the record button, and it worked pretty well, so we shall see if I'm able to do it on camera. I always like building, historic Brawl commanders in like a slightly different way, because you could build in the traditional way, the way that everyone else builds them, but then there's other ways to build commanders, like I did with the Prismatic Bridge. I don't know if you didn't watch that one. Spoiler. I built it with a bunch of Wraths, so that, you kind of wait and you bide your time and you wrath the board a couple times and then you play the Prismatic Bridge versus other decks which try to ramp into it. And that way the board was clear and then you play the Prismatic Bridge and you kind of take over the game. It's the same thing with this. It's like, we don't have a blue source, so we're going to mulligan here. It's Uro. It's still Uro, but it's a different kind of Uro. We are playing Sithis, so the Spell Pierce could be relevant. Negate. Yeah, negate because it's an enchantment. Although it's also a creature, so that doesn't work. This is Shark Typhoon. We'll keep. Hello. Do you guys say hello back? I usually say hello back. Although you know if it's like mono red or something that okay, you can stop saying hello now, opponent. Now it's getting annoying. Mono reds. This is usually not in Historic Brawl. This is usually in like standard. If they say hello and then they drop a mount and you're like, oh no. Let's do it like this. Okay, since it's a creature, we can't counter it with either of these. See, like I said, you never know if they're BMing or not, and I'm pretty sure this opponent is BMing. Yeah, resolve. Would you like to attack for 1? No? We don't have a land in our hand, so Uro, we have to draw the land off of Uro, which is not great. Confounding Conundrum doesn't really help us against this deck. This deck doesn't usually land ramp. We could keep up Shark Typhoon and make a 2/2 and see if they attack. They didn't attack last turn. I think we just Uro. Nice. Rewarded. Let's see, what do we have? We have a lot of green, so let's get another blue source. And we will take action. We're gonna put Uro back in command because we just don't have enough cards in our graveyard for the escape thing to be the escape mechanic to be relevant. Now they attacked in this time. Let's see if they attack in again. I don't really want to check my Shark Typhoon, but it's not really relevant right now. We could Thassa's Intervention that. We could do that for 1. Yeah, that's really our only play. We'll let it resolve. Oh, I see. Well, not punish there. I thought it was X in a blue, but it's X1 in a blue. Let's see. We could Uro again. We could Narset. Narset turns off Sit This, but we just don't have enough battlefield presence to defend her. Joint Exploration. Kindred Denial is pretty good. I think we just hold up mana here. This is also an instant. We have everything's instant speed, which is this is really not relevant, so we're gonna get rid of that. Patience, patience, patience. They go for their commander here again. We can Kindred Denial it. Are you sure? Wait, what? Why would I not be sure? Because I can't. This stuff can't be countered right now. Oh, they can't be countered. Missed that. Missed that. Dang. Okay. Okay. I'm gonna mute the opponent. They're kind of obnoxious. Create a token that's a copy. Okay. Pass. No blocks. We'll take the 5. Now what do we do here? I think we... Since we can't counter stuff, we might as well turn this into a useful spell. Scoot Swarm. Scoot Swarm. Is there anything in our graveyard we care about? Oops. Shark Typhoon. Shark Typhoon, yeah. But they could just exile it. Scoot Swarm is a lot harder for them to deal with. Oh, I keep doing that on accident. Let's go with Scoot Swarm. And it's after, what, 6 or more? So I could start that this turn. Start making blockers. And as long as I have... Yeah. Scry 2, then draw a card. If this spell is kicked, you may put a land card from your hand on the battlefield. Okay. Let's do it like this. Okay, so now we got some blockers. Can bide our time a little bit. We gotta get rid of this Destiny Spinner. Touch the Spirit Realm. Oh, I only have 1 mana up. Well, let's... Oh, that's right. It can't be countered. Gotta get rid of that Destiny Spinner. That wrecks our whole game plan. So, these are all copies of Scoot Swarm, so that didn't do anything. Yep. You have no flyers, so I don't really care about the shark. I think that they think that this gets rid of the Scoot Swarm effect, but it does not. Okay. We have enough cards in graveyard for all of that. This is a token. If we bounce the token, well, there's nothing under it because they got a token. We could play Narset and they may be distracted by that and not go for my face. Let's pass the turn. I think we have options on this next turn. A land would have been a nice draw, but... Okay. We don't care about this. Draws them a card, gains them a life. Destiny Spinner. Gotta get rid of Destiny Spinner. They're gonna make a copy, so I could bounce that, and then they don't. They just wasted their mana. They don't get anything. Okay. Glad you chose not to attack. Nice. Play Narset. This turns off Siphis.
Should move in unison, like with thoughtfulness before action.
We could use this to get rid of the Destiny Spinner. We could use this to draw a bunch of cards. That's a tough one. That's a tough one. I think we gotta take this. We have the discover the formula. Okay, and we pass. Okay. So, the plan is if they put something that we need to counter on the stack, we will have these two fight. What are they going to target here? So they don't draw cards because of Narset. Resolve. Are they going to choose Narset? Gotcha. That's fine. Resolve.
I still have much to learn.
They're gonna make another copy of that, but they don't. Do they have a target? Yes. So this is what we'll do in response. Target creature you control. Yeah. Okay. Okay. So now we have plenty of graveyard fodder. I wish we were drawing some lands. This is seek non-land cards, so that doesn't help us right now. And this is going to make all our spells cost 4 more next turn. I feel like this is the right play. Hopefully it's a land that we draw. Not a land. Decline to keep it in the graveyard. We'll just have to weather this turn. So we're probably going to draw a ton of cards here. And this is until your next turn, so even on my turn, it's going to be like this. We can play Hullbreaker Horror, though, and get it down. Yeah, we gotta keep the blocks up. Gotta keep our life total high. Very mastermind. Okay, so we could Uro and maybe hit a land. That seems good. Disdainful Stroke. Not it. Not it. I don't know why there's a stop here. This is good because now every time they draw a card, we draw a card. So, let's pass. Discard a card. Spell Pierce is way past being useful. Okay, they're gonna get their Destiny Spinner back. Makes sense. We can't Disdainful Stroke it because of the Destiny Spinner. Sorry for the throat clear right in your ear. Oh. What is that doing in this deck? Ooh. Can we draw some lands, though? I mean, some lands would be nice. Okay, so what can we... What can we do? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We can steal 2 of their things. So what are the best 2 things to steal? Probably whenever you gain life, yeah, that would be good. And their Vorinclex. We could steal their commander. That would turn off their whole engine. We could wait a turn. We would still have 2 mana left over here. Hullbreaker Horror is really hard for them to deal with. I just feel like we're gonna die next turn unless we do this. So we could just take the 2 biggest things, or we could take their commander. Taking their commander, how relevant is that at this point in the game? Okay, I get poison. I could attack here. I think it's worth it. Shigeki. No, I think Shigeki. We're gonna have to wait. They could block here. Back up to 22 life. Spells Hive. Okay. Draw a card. Nice. You just gotta keep surviving. Then I'll have 6. Oh, okay. Well, never mind.
The little time I have, I bought us some time.
That's not what I thought they'd do. I thought they'd wipe the board there, but I guess not. I guess they like their board. Okay. Ramp themselves again. To play tap. Well, they gotta kill me. They gotta kill me next turn. What do we need the most of? Probably blue. Yeah, our whole hand is blue mana spells. They're going to be incentivized to -4 next turn because of all the Scoot Swarms. So they're probably going to attack in. What is the scariest thing? Oh, we could Tails in the, yeah, that's what we're gonna do. Okay. No attacks. That's a land, so we're going to keep that. That's good. Disdainful Stroke. We have to get rid of some of these counters because they're not doing anything. Discard 2 counter. Yeah. Alright. Discard 2 cards. Okay. Spells Hive. So they're probably going to attack in all and then -4. Okay. Resolve. Maybe they won't. Those are 2 pretty medium creatures. You gonna attack all? You're gonna make a copy of that. Sure. They're putting all their counters on the tranquil creature. Okay, they didn't attack. One, two, three, four, five, six. Okay. Do we have enough to... This gives us 6 mana. So... 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I think... Oh, this gives us double mana too for our forests. I think we can play Nissa and Karn's Temporal Sundering here. Oh man, let's see if I can do this right. So what? It's gonna make, okay, I have 0 timeouts. Whew. I don't think I'm gonna attack. So that's okay. Just trying to do the... Let's add green, blue, Nissa.
Seek shelter in my stewardship.
Let's... Wait, cancel. Let's add green, then let's turn that forest into a creature.
Behold, nature's true
Then
power.
we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Just enough. What do I need? What do I need to go back? If they blow up the board, that's good for us, so I don't really care. I think. I don't have enough time to think about it. Okay, this. Oh my goodness. Oh, my brain. If I were them, I wouldn't have scooped in this position. I mean, you know, they still had an incredible board state, but yeah, the opponent didn't want to sit around and find out what was happening next. I think if they knew my hand was 3 counter spells, they probably would have stayed in the game, but oh well. Okay. Win number 1. Let's try that again. Yeah, that Destiny Spinner made the whole game plan fall apart. I couldn't counter anything that they played. Their whole deck is nothing but creatures and enchantments, so it you know, kept me from countering anything that was a creature and enchantment. That was... I thought because that was down, there was basically no way around it, because our whole, you know, it tanks, you know, 90% of what our deck's trying to do, but we got around it. We worked through it, battled through it. Again, I do think the opponent scooped a little early on that, but that's historic Brawl for you. Not for the weak-hearted. see who we got up next. Nissa. Okay. Nissa. Well, we can counter it with this. We have both our colors and a way to get another color. We have our own Nissa. I think we keep... and we go first. Let's get the tapped land out of the way. We're on curve for a Uro landfall trigger as well. Such cool art. I love the art on this card. Opponent is deciding what they want to do. Give him a hello. Hopefully it's not a BM hello. We have double green, right? No. We have double blue. So we need 2 green for Nissa. Plus Nissa doubles our forest, so might as well put the forest. Yeah, there you go. We draw that. Okay, we don't have a turn 2. Well, let's just do it like this, just in case. Just in case. Yes, I mean, I figured they're going to play a creature because it's green, but you never know. Do it like this. Gain 3 life. Let's put the breeding pool into play. We'll have it enter tap because we don't have a 1 mana play to make. And I think we'll put it back in command for now because we just don't have the cards to... We only have 1 card in the graveyard. Oh, Scavenging Ooze. So this, if you're not familiar, this card exiles cards from the graveyard. So that's a bummer. That's a bummer. What does mono green do against our own Nissa? They can't play Nissa next turn, so...
Witness the ties that bind us all.
Let's do this one.
The land fights for us.
Are they gonna block with their Scavenging Ooze? No. The reason we chose this land is because it gives us blue and green. So I think we can, if they pull some shenanigans, we can try to counter something or put something back in their hand. Gives us flexibility. Like if they have a fight spell or something. I don't really care if they attack Nissa. I'm not going for the ultimate. Okay. Bro, I just wanted to play Nissa too. Come on, we're gonna play. Yeah, we're both gonna have Nissa. What's wrong with that? Sorry, I keep clearing my throat into the mic. I apologize. I will try to be better about that. That was a funny game. I didn't think they'd scoop that early, but yeah. It was definitely going to be an uphill battle for them. If you're digging the video, you're watching and you like it, please subscribe. I'd really appreciate it. I'm trying to grow the channel. Trying to put up historic Brawl content, Commander content. If you guys want to see specific stuff, definitely drop a comment. Say, hey, I'm really into historic, or I'm really into explorer. I'm down for anything. I'm not above any format. So I just play historic Brawl because for me it's the most fun on Arena. So yeah, if you like that and you're into all that stuff, please hit the subscribe button, like the video, definitely leave a comment. How would you build Uro? The control shell is not for everyone. It's not everyone's cup of tea. But Uro is definitely a fun card regardless. I love the escape mechanic too. I hope they go back to Theros at some point and they do more escape Elder Giants. Because they did Kroxa, they did Uro, those the only two? If there's a third one, I can't think of it. But they should do all the guilds. Like, can you imagine like a Boros one and a, you know, a Demir one? And be really cool. I think there are other ones, the other escape creatures. I just can't remember them. A tally. Well, Disdainful Stroke is good against the tally. So is Memory Lapse. These are really far away, but I guess we can ramp into them. Let's keep... We have 2 answers for a tally, so I like that. Usually a tally is ramp, 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 play a tally. So we have time to develop our board. It's not like we're playing a mono red deck and we're going to be under instant siege. We need an island. Spell Pierce, probably not relevant in this matchup, but you never know. It could surprise us. Well, they surprised me. Let's get the Evolving Wilds down. As it comes into play tap, we can get our... Let's put it back in command. We just don't have cards yet. Let's go get our second blue source. So that we have Koma and Hullbreaker Horror lined up. It's not good for them. Let's do this. We can do this at instant speed, right? Yeah. So we can hold up this and a counter spell. We could play Uro again, but we're not guaranteed to hit a land. I know I've gotten lucky a couple times in this video, but that's just not a reliable. It's just not reliable. So it'd feel bad if we like drew a card and didn't get to put a land into play. This guarantees we at least get a land in our hand. So let's just pass. If you're gonna play this deck the way it's intended, you definitely want to play Bloodbraid Elf. What is this, like 2015 modern? Okay. What are you gonna cast? It's a ramp creature. Sure. Don't really care about that. Haste and Cascade. Do we care about this? I don't think so, because we're gonna get Koma down soon. And they're not gonna really have a way to like bring it back to their hand and cast it again. We're at 29 life. Uro's ability basically negates this damage. Oh, okay, they stopped. Yeah. Take action. Does it matter if it's... We have 3 green sources, so let's get another blue source. And we draw a card. Nice. I never realized that if you cycle this, you also draw a card. I thought it was just searching for a land. That's actually really good. Huh. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. They don't have enough for a tally next turn. We don't have enough to do anything except Uro. Do we Uro then? Just to get it in the graveyard? Then we don't have the ability to counter anything, so I think no is the answer there. I would like to, but we gotta hold up our defenses. I don't think they're gonna be attacking with this, so I think we're only taking 3 here. Do we counter this? I think Make Disappear is a good target for this. It's not going to be very relevant for Moth. We definitely don't want to bounce the Bloodbraid Elf. They only have 5 lands, though. So, You know, we could Uro here. But is there... I'm just trying to think. Is there... Oh, they have Nykthos. Okay, so we have to keep that in mind. If they pay 2, they get 2 green. Not great. If they play something... I don't think there's any combination of things that could allow them to play a tally next turn. So I'm just going to do this. We have enough cards in our graveyard now to bring Uro out of the graveyard. And I just hope I don't get punished here. Ah, I got it. Punished. Well, that's really funny. What is this, wash away? So, okay, cool. I got punished, but they got punished even worse. Do you have a 0 mana value creature? Or do you have an Ornithopter? No? Strange. This would have been nice in my opening hand. It's a little late for that. So what do we do? I think what we do... We're sort of in the same position. We can do this and still hold up Brazen Borrower. So we could bounce a tally back to their hand. Yeah. And then when they try to play it again next turn, nope, I'm not going to be doing any of this stuff, so we'll just go through my turn. Discard 2 cards. God, it's just, I mean, this is still a little relevant, so I don't want to throw it away. This is probably way past, and they do not have blue spells, but Heroic Intervention's also kind of meh. Let's do this. I think it's past its point of being useful. They still have a bunch of ramp spells, so like my thought is if we play it, it wrecks them for ramping further, but they're already at the point of casting a tally. It is what it is. They're going to attack with a tally. No blocks. Are you going to transform it? Can you transform it instant speed? Nope, only as a sorcery. So you can't do 11 infect to me yet. My turn. Really? Did it on their end step and not in their main phase so that they can't play it again. Because look at all this open mana, they could just drop it again. Okay. So. I really want to play these, but we can't. We gotta hold these up. Let's attack. What is this again? Exile 3 cards from your graveyard, create 2 treasures. Okay, I don't care about that. That's a good card. Next. Next. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We're good. Do you want to exile some cards? It's a pretty good land. Now remember, a tally is an enter the battlefield trigger, so countering it stops the ability from happening. I think we Mystical Dispute because it's the let's see, this spell costs 2 less to cast, unless its controller pays 3, which they don't have. They only have 2 mana right now. So now a tally has to go back to command. It costs 2 more. They're gonna attack me with Bloodbraid Elf, sure. Every time I attack with Uro, it undoes the damage from Bloodbraid Elf, so I'm not that worried about it. We're getting to the point where we can almost... This is so good. I should probably just do this. Because then I can play these guys a lot quicker. Yeah, we're going to get this guy down. Next. Awesome. Okay, whittling them down. Untap my lands. Okay, we're in the driver's seat. Does this have flash? It does have flash. I know it originally had a flash, but I thought the alchemy nerfed this or something to take that stuff away. I guess not. Exile up to 1 target artifact, up to 1 target creature. Nah, we ain't doing any of that. We ain't doing any of that. Yeah. Gotcha. All right. Well, that's the deck. Thanks for watching the video. Let's go really quick. A little quick deck review. So as you saw there, you know, the game plan is pretty much use Uro as a ramp, or I'm sorry, use Uro as a ramp piece, and then use all your counter spells to protect your board state or anything really, anything the opponent wants to do that you don't like, just stop it from happening, and then ramp into your big mana stuff. It gets a little hairy, you know. Simic does not have a great way of removing, you know, things that are bad, but if you stop them from ever hitting the battlefield, you know, then you can sort of, it's pseudo removal, right? Counters are pseudo removal. And then once you have enough mana, you can start playing your big spells, which most people are just going to scoop to, as you saw in the video. And then, like I said, the other side of, you know, having a bunch of low mana curve spells, like counter spells, is putting a bunch of spells in the graveyard so that you can use the escape ability of Uro and have a big 6/6 that gains you 3 life, draws a card every turn, and puts a land into play. It's, you know, once you get the engine going, it's really hard for the opponent to overcome. So, if you liked the video, like I said, please subscribe. I'd really appreciate it. Like I said, I'm trying to grow the community, get this channel up and running. I appreciate you watching, especially if you watch to the end. I'll see you guys in the next video. Later.